Joining me today is Trish from the Cadbury Kitchen, and that means we're doing a decadent chocolate dessert, Trish.
It does, it does. We're going to get straight into it too. It's a dark chocolate peppermint slice.
Yum, peppermint, chocolate always works really well together. I love it.
Me too, me too. We need to make a simple base first. I need you to melt me 125 grams of butter, please.
Okay, that's just half of this block.
And I'm going to measure the ingredients for the base, which is a cup of plain flour. Okay, so measure that one off. And to that, we can add the Cadbury Bourneville cocoa. I've got a tablespoon of it here.
Okay.
And there we go. Okay, the next thing I need is half a cup of desiccated coconut. And then half a cup of brown sugar, please.
Okay, just break that up a bit.
Yeah, nice and soft. Okay, so all we need to do there is mix those ingredients together. And how's that melted butter looking?
Melted, perfect.
All right, well, I might get you to stir that through there.
I can do that.
And I will go and line the tin.
Okay, I'm loving the sound of this base. It's got chocolate and the coconut in it, and butter.
Look, it's got all the right ingredients for a beautiful base.
Exactly.
I like to line the tin as a bit of an insurance policy, not because it's not non-stick, but it's just when you add a number of layers, sometimes you need to have a little bit of leverage to get them out of the pan.
That's right.
Now, that's ready to go, so we just need to press that into the base.
Okay. In it goes.
Yum. And then that's going to go into a moderate oven, 180 degrees for about 15 to 20 minutes. And that will just crisp that up because it doesn't need to go into the oven again, so we need to make sure that it's cooked through thoroughly that first time.
And that base, after it's cooked, is going to be lovely and crunchy. Our base has come out of the oven. It's looking good. What's the next step, Trish?
Yeah, it looks great. Just while that's cooling down, we can make the topping for that. What I need you to do is just quickly warm a couple of tablespoons of milk with the butter until it's melted.
Okay, milk. It's just a small amount, isn't it? It's just to moisten the icing sugar there.
Essentially, we're just making like a thick icing.
Okay.
And the all-important ingredient here for this part is the peppermint essence.
Love
Yummy.
it.
So it's kind of one of those real retro recipes, I reckon, this one.
Peppermint slice. I haven't heard about that for a long time. I remember my dad always saying he loves a good peppermint slice, but I have never made it for him before. So now I've got the recipe.
Oh no, this is a beauty, and I think for kids that mintiness doesn't quite necessarily hit home, but once you get a little bit older and your taste buds kind of get a bit tuned in, I think peppermint slice is a real winner.
All right, this is melted nicely. So in it goes.
Yep, just pour it in.
Perfect.
Okay, and at the same time, I'm going to add some peppermint essence. I like it really minty.
Whoa, 2 lidfuls.
Really minty. That's probably about a couple of teaspoons full. But if you're not so keen on it being really strong, I actually like it to be like
intense.
Super minty.
We might as well go all out.
I
Make it
reckon
a peppermint
if
slice.
it's going to be peppermint slice, and there's nothing better than that beautiful dark chocolate flavour. Okay, well that's come together really nicely. And then all we need to do is to spread it over the base. Now, it's quite a thick mixture, so you need to take your time. If you go, a little too roughly, you'll start to pull up the base. So we need to just spread that carefully over the base, and then it'll go into the refrigerator to chill and firm.
Great. Okay, Trishy, second layer is complete. Final layer, what's in it?
Okay, the piece de resistance, the chocolate layer, of course.
Okay.
We need to use 125 grams of the dark chocolate melts, and then we need to add 90 grams of butter.
You always use a metal spoon when you're melting your chocolate, don't you?
Yes, we do. That's because moisture can upset the chocolate. Sometimes if there's a little bit of moisture that falls in there, it can actually cause the chocolate to seize. And this is a little bit different today because we're actually adding a little bit of butter to it. And what that means is the set of the chocolate is a little softer so that it doesn't shatter when we go to cut it into pieces. And the great thing about the chocolate melts that we're using, the Cadbury chocolate melts, are real chocolate.
Yeah.
That gives you the beautiful quality and the lovely gloss, beautiful flavour.
I'm quite silent at the moment because for me, melting chocolate, you're mesmerised by it. Look at it, it's just so glossy, it's gorgeous with that butter. It just makes it extra shiny and it's almost ready. Look at that.
That's looking pretty good.
Looking good. Look at that.
All we need to do is just pour it over the top.
Okay. Wow. Make sure we don't leave any of that chocolate, or maybe just a little bit so we can lick the bowl later.
Some things never change, huh?
I'll pass you that spoon.
Thanking you. Just smooth it over the top. Now, you can put this into the fridge to allow it to chill.
Yeah.
I actually sometimes like to just let it set at room temperature too.
I guess it depends on the temperature outside. If it's too hot, then put it in the fridge. If it's an okay day, leave it on the bench.
And if you're in a hurry, obviously it needs to go in the fridge, but otherwise you can actually leave it to sit at room temperature.
Yeah. Let's leave it sit at room temperature.
I reckon.
Done. Trishy, it's ready, finally.
Yummy.
Yum, yes.
Let's go. So I'll pull that out.
Easy.
There we go.
And you can already see, just here, the layers, the bicky, the peppermint, the chocky. Now, some people actually don't like these flavours together. I don't know many of them.
No, I don't know any.
But chocolate and mint,
I know.
just, it reminds me of my childhood. I always remember those slices that you could get. And this is obviously 10 times better because it's made at home.
That's right. With Cadbury real chocolate. Yummy.
Beautiful.
Are you gonna try
Can I try that? I was just like, I'm going to definitely try that little bit right there while you cut it perfectly.
So you'll see that with the butter added to the chocolate, that actually helps to soften the chocolate enough so that it'll cut without shattering, which I think works a treat.
Trish, this is delicious. It really is. I love the ends, of course, because they're extra crunchy. But look, that base is just outstanding. When we're talking about a really crispy base, that's what we've got. And that peppermint, it's so good. I'm happy that we did do those 2 capfuls because you do want to taste it in there. It's a perfect balance of chocolate and peppermint. I love it. My dad's going to love that one too.